Hey, this is Dave from Dash Off Road, and this video is about trying to stay warm this winter whilst camping. So these are the 5 things I'm trying this week. I'll show you what we're playing with. Alright, what we've got here is electric blanket 12 volt. Up in the camper, up here, I've got electric blanket 240 volt. As I like my electricity, we've got a blow heater, so this is an 1800 watt. It's got a high and low setting, so I'm only assuming that's half. Blow heater, which I can plug into the inverter, and then I've got a 12 volt version of it. So I think this is a little bit gimmicky, to be honest, but we're going to plug that in and see if that actually does anything. Next method, these hand warmer things, I'm going to give them a go. So that's like a chemical thing. You just like shake them and they activate, stay warm for 18 hours, I reckon. And to be honest, if all of that doesn't work, I'm pretty sure this will cover me. Bit of port. So I've got camp set up. It's sunny now, although it is coolish, but it will get cold tonight. I think 5-6 degrees. So now we'll just get into it, and I'm going to check what the current draws are, what the temperatures that it produces, and if this is really viable for camping. All right, it's testing time. Up first is the electric blanket. Oh, check this out. I'd be happy with just a blanket. It feels that soft and nice. All right, so what we're going to do is turn it on in a minute. We've got 3 different settings. I've got it connected up to my DCS 200 amp hour battery. I've taken everything else that was off charge off, and we can see the status, or maybe, of the battery. I don't know if you can see that. It says 85%, although I like to look at volts better, 13.21, and there's no current happening at the moment. All right. And again, baseline, infrared thermometer, I don't know if you can read that, it says 21 degrees at the moment in there. I'm surprised it's that warm. Anyway, alright, let's turn it on and get it going. Let's go. Let's put it on high first of all and see what current it's going to pull. It's pulling nothing. Why is it pulling nothing? I'll put it over here, maybe it's not close enough. Or reset, maybe that's the problem. Gotta love these apps. Here we go, we're off and running. So I've got 2 amps. Gee, it's pulling 27 watts, which it said 24, so that's about right. And it says time remaining is 1 day, 18 hours and 55 minutes with this electric blanket on. High. Wow. So I'm just putting my hand in here to see what it feels like. I don't know, it's going to take a while to warm up. Alright, I'm going to let that run for, I don't know, let's say 5 minutes. We'll come back and check. Alright, that's 5 minutes. Let's see where we're up to. Alright. 30. It's hard to get in there. It hasn't really changed much, to be honest. I think what it is, like, you know, electric blanket's designed to like heat something up. Oh, it does feel warm in there. Let's go in a bit further. Oh, okay, yeah. If I put in a bit further, I got 41. But I think what we should do is, you know, here's a bottle of water. It's sitting at, oh, can you see that? Oh, 19 degrees, 18, 19. Let's put this in here and see if it's got the ability to warm that bottle of water up. Okay, I'm gonna leave that for like half an hour, I reckon. Half an hour's up, back into it. Like, put my hand in there. Oh yeah, it feels warm. Oh, that's toasty. All right, let's have a look. Bit of a temp in here. Oh, the glare. 36, 37 degrees. Yeah, I'd say it feels probably something like that. A bottle of water. Oh, well, this is hard to measure, to be honest, because of the way these thermal things work. It's not, it does like a radius of that area. So anyway, I'm very comfortable this works, because that is toasty warm in there. And my son used this last night. I only put it on for an hour before bed, or as he went to bed, and he said, can he have it on all night? And looking at the current draw, like, if that's only gonna, I only had it on low for him last night and he was happy, but that's 1.8 amps on high. All right, next we've got this little blow heater. It's pretty tiny. What does it say on here? It says 12 volt, 120 watt. Okay, haven't got great aspirations for this. batteries, the fridge turned off, or something's not. It's only on 0.9 of an amp. Alright, let's plug this thing in. You can hear it blowing. So it's supposed to have a little ceramic bit, the element that heats up. I can actually feel that starting to heat up straight away. Alright, let's use the test. 21, 22. Yeah, that's going. Let's see what current it's pulling. 4.6 amps. So it's nowhere near the 120 watt. I don't know where they got that from. I don't know if you can see that there. Probably bad. But this is definitely working. 29 degrees. Alright, we'll let that run for a few minutes and see what it does. Right, this little blow heater's been running for like a, I don't know, a minute or so. You're gonna have to trust me. This says 3.7 amps. I'm down to 84% battery, so it's using nothing. It says it could run like this for 23 hours. So temperature wise, I can feel the temperature coming out of it. So I'm getting 75 degrees. Yeah, it is definitely warm coming out. So like as if in a power consumption sort of aspect, I'm happy. Airflow, it's nothing great. It's just there's air coming out of it. Like I couldn't touch it with my hand, it's that hot, but I'd lose the feeling of it at about that distance. So really, I don't know, we're gonna have to test this in an application. So tonight or tomorrow morning, I'm gonna flick this on in the rooftop tent. We'll see if it's enough to actually warm up the rooftop. And same with the electric blanket. All right, let's move on to the 240 stuff. The electric 240 volt blanket is in my camper trailer, so I'll test that later tonight. But we can probably move on to, not the port, the blow heater, that 240 volt blow heater, I reckon. Alright, this is the blow heater in question. Bought it from, whatever, I think it was Officeworks. Gold Air, 1800 watt. It's got some buttons on top. But, so now, yeah, we're sitting at 84%. Let's have a look at the current. So I always reset it because I never trust this. So we'll reset it here. And, well, current 0. Good. All right. Inverter on. It's a Victron 2000 watt Phoenix. So on idle, 0.4 amps it's drawing. Don't know if you can see that. I thought it was more than that. That's bugger all. Well, there is no load. All right, let's turn this thing on. All right. On. All right, so we've got power, eco, high, low. So we're on high, and probably this thing would be cranking straight up, I'd say. 70 degrees, 90 degrees, 100 degrees. There you go, the power of 240. I can hear the inverter humming in behind me. What current's it pulling? 90 amps. So it's saying time remaining 1 hour and 1 minute. So on high, this thing is, you couldn't do it. All right, so let's change the setting to, I don't even know how to do this. Maybe that one. Oh, that's swinging. I don't really want it to swing. Alright, mode, here we go. Low. Eco. Alright. Now. Oh, look at that. It's still pulling heaps of current. 85 amps. 82 amps. And heat coming out of the thing. You know, this is one of these things. Can you do it? Yeah, I can do it. Should you? No, this isn't going to be sustainable. I know it's getting 169 degrees, and yes, it would warm up the tent quick, but you couldn't do this. 80 amps, 1000 watts it's saying, and that's on the low setting. Yeah. So when I told Sharon I was going to do this video, she had this prophecy that once again I would destroy all my batteries. And if I kept that running, I would. So I'm going to stop that. That's out and over. Sorry, Gold Air. So this is another little interesting offering. These were from BCF. They're like $2 a throw. There's like big ones, small ones. And what it is you get these out the packet. I can do it. Looks like that. Loosen up whatever chemicals in there and let the oxygen sort of get to it. Don't tease me about the action. All right, and basically there's some chemical reaction that just warms up with these. They take a while to get going, I reckon 15 minutes. Oh yeah, I can sort of start to see that doing something. That's what's that, 28 degrees compared to the bench, which is 22 degrees. So yeah, it is doing something. But these are supposed to last 18 hours, or no, 10 hours, this one, the little ones. So I'm going to put that in my pocket, and I don't know, we'll leave it an hour or so, and we'll see what temperature that gets up to. Well, it's probably been about an hour, and I can tell you, my pocket is very warm. I'll get it out. Let's measure what it is now. 42, I'd say, yeah, easy. Like, my pocket was very warm. Like at 47 maybe? 50? Anyway, that's warm. The question is now, how long will it stay warm? Will it do 10 hours like what the packet says? I don't know. Let's give it a try. Back in the pocket it goes. Alright, pretty much got all the lights on now, and it's time to do the part about the 240 volt electric blanket test. So we'll go up there. I'll show you. I'm letting you into my little life here. Off we go. Where should show. So I should get some background here. This is the GAM trailer. I don't know how we can see that. Anyway, we're going into the cam trailer underneath the rooftop tent, up the stairs, and here we go. Excuse my mess. Alright, now, so this inside the camper, that's where Ashton sleeps, that's my barrier, that's where I sleep. And I got up here a little bit earlier, and this is my rugged rig for the blow heater. It's actually doing an alright job. Like, it just takes the edge off in the whole camper trailer thing. We'll put the blanket on, I think, a normal sort of level. To put a 240 volt one on, I'm going to say 2. Alright, let's go down and see what the current draw is. Alright, let's look at what's going on here. I've got the DCS app open. We're on 65%, 12.97, which is actually on the low side of things. Makes me not actually believe the 65%. Anyway, current draw right now is 5.6 amps, and that's with all the lights on. I've got lights everywhere, inside the tent, inside the camper, up everywhere. So now when I turn the inverter on, that's on straight away. The electric blanket will turn on to that 2 setting, and we'll see what happens to the amps. So it's on like 6.7. Alright, just for reference. Okay, I'm going to turn this inverter off. And, alright, let's see what changes. It's gone to 5.7. I don't know if you can see that. Probably, maybe, not maybe. Like, I'm only getting... I know the inverter uses about a half an amp, which means the electric blanket on 2 is not really using much at all. So it's going from 74 watts. We'll turn it on again, and the only thing this inverter is running is itself and the electric blanket. So 74 watts goes up to 88, 87 watts. Sorry for the reflection there. That's really not that bad. It says it will do it for 9 hours based on 65% charge. 9 hours 51. That's really not that bad. Like, I would say there's more load from the inverter than there is the electric blanket. That is very interesting. Like, I've got the blow heater, well, I must admit, so where it says 9 hours 52 minutes remaining, that's for every single light. That's for the blow heater, which I swear that used about 4 or 5 amps on its own. The electric blanket uses bugger all. I'll tell you, that 12 volt electric blanket had simplicity, but if you already own an inverter and you've got the battery set up, like, to be honest, they don't use much at all. Like, just use what you've got. Obviously the 12 volt version will be more efficient because you're not having to invert up or use the transformer, but it's pretty good. Like, if save having to go out and buy something else, I'm impressed by that. Like, seriously, if you're camping, like, get an electric blanket. Yeah, totally. Ooh, morning time, pack up's done. It always sucks packing up, especially when everything's wet. But anyway, summary. What we know worked. Those little hot packet things, cheap, easy to use, absolutely worked. I gave them to my kids last night, and when I got to the 10-hour mark to test it, I couldn't find them, so you're gonna have to trust me. They were hot for a long time, like really hot. I think that's actually probably the winner out of all of that. The simplest thing of all. Electric blanket, 12 volt or 240 volt. They're both good and work if you've got an inverter, and pretty efficient. So I think that is totally doable. The blow heater, which we all knew was going to be a bit of a laugh, but that's not practical. I can't think of a reason why you would plug a blow heater in, even if you had like 600 amp hours of lithium or something. Like, you'd kill it that quick. Oh, and that little 12 volt blow heater, even though I thought that was going to be like a gimmick, it actually was enough. It just, as you're getting dressed in the morning in the tent, it took the edge off. If you had like a camper trailer, no, waste of time. Swag, yeah, no problem. Rooftop, perfect. So I'm giving that the tick too. Anyway, I do these videos all the time. If you like it, hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week on YouTube. Yeah.